onye beja were okwukwe de mkpọ eme ntị ya nke asị gị emele ọzọ emele nke asị gị tọbe nke asị gị mere ime na chukwu na anyị dị ihe meji adọ ya
na-ejisie ile akwa ọcha ihu m ọ ga-adị ka onye kwacha ọkọ mana ihe a na-akụzi n'ụbọchị a bụ ihe iji ememe ma ọ bụ na-abịalị ọ bụrụ na ọ bịagodo abịa ịchọpụta n'oge n'ọbe dọkịta dekwube ọdụ owu okwuye n'okwu agụ
banana plantain mana nsogbu anyị bụ anyị nwoke mmadụ anyị kama anyị na-eji
onye a nwere ike inwe ezi na-ebute ya sometimes ị nwere ike enwe ikuku ibulite with force ezi bụrụ n'ihi mmadụ before na-enweta onwe o nwere ike ịlaba ihe eji ụra ụra na omepe ihe a nwere ndị bụ na e nwere shuga ị ga-anaghị etirite ọfụma onye nwa nwe m ọnya ọ ga-ala ga-alatụ onwe machi ere o nwere onye bụ ọlabakọ na nta n'ojije na kemite ni ọgwụ ọ bụ igoma anọ dị like 12 ọgwụ 12 n'ụhọ na ne ọgwụ a na-eki NSAID non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug ọgwụ echiwe diclofenac dị na ibuprofen dị na Fevin dị na so many things ọgwụ echiwe n'ụwa anyị na-aṅụ every day na-ebute na kidney failure. It's all about giving back to the community where we came from, pro bono, without anybody paying a guy.
First of all, this is a medical outreach organized by the body called Fulfillment Vanguard. And the idea is that it's going to give us feedback as to how we're going to approach this challenge by next year. Yes, it's an annual ritual. This year's event will last for 3 days. 2 days here in Oman and the third day. Okay. The publicity was wide because there were announcements at the various sections and there were also flyers. So I believe the publicity was wide.
Okay, sir.
bụrụ ihe akọchanụ ha ka anyị ji eme nke anyị jiri mba anyị nọ so anyị debe ya mmadụ lụghachiri ikere ebe anyị so anyị gbasị n'ọja dọghị ma anyị lebekwume nya mara ka anyị ga-esija atụkọta ka ọ ghara anyị ma anyị kpọta ndị dọkịta ma enwe ike nleme ndị be anyị n'ohe mkpụrụ ọgwụ kama anaghị ete ka ha ji etinye emume nwere onwe
maka na ya tinyere gị n'aka ga-agba nchara anya arịọ ọgụ m ichekwebe gị na odudu gị na mbata gị anya arịọ ọgụ maka nọọsụ nna nwere onwe eji atọ n'anya mgbe bụ Chineke memebe ma ọba dozigbo edozimu mgbe dozimu ụmụ anyị kwa anụ ezigbo okporo ụzọ ihe na-ekwe emeketele gị ha eje ha bata ha ekpe eme ka ihe na-eme garị mgbe mmemme eshi ma na-eme anyị ma anyị nwere nta nwere onwe anyị ma anyị na-arịọ ọgwụkwọ ha ji azọpịa tụkwụ ọma mgbe ya ji ala okwu ọma mgbe ihe na ojuju uwe na mbata gị ihe ndị a ka anyị na-arịọ site na Kristi dị nwe n'anya ịzụrụ ọgwụ ịba ma ọ kụlia ọfụma jiri na-etinye karịa sọmpe ọ ka na-ejiri ụlọ ọgwụ ịtụrịsị ka ọ lata mkpa ka anyị site na-aga mamọ loo mee ntọ nwa na-amụta amụ n'ekwe ịgọ iji amụcha naanị ọtọ bụ ndị bete na-ebe n'ogbuchite gị ya bụ
at the end of the day n'inwe m ihe na-eke drug resistance ị nwere drug resistance na ọgwụ m ara ego ọrụ na-eche again ọ ga-abụ everyday na-eche n'ahịa gị
ya na-eme nwa be ma azụta anyị bụ ndị ọ tọrọ m ụtọ aja bụ ego ọdụgụgụ ege stoku ebire n'obodo okpuru nhazi ha adala ada eka shiri ike ezinụlọ ha niile ga-atọ nha Jizọs Kraịst.
In my opinion, it's as if we are in a failed society. Because ordinarily, what we are doing now is what government ought to do to our people. Now, but we cannot wait for government and allow our people to suffer unjustly, to suffer even ordinary malaria that can be cured with ease. Encourage parents to always stay healthy and be healthy. In this battle, we had health talks to encourage them on how to take care of their health, what and what to eat and what not to eat. So I would encourage them to keep to those rules so as to stay healthy. Then we also advise them to go for checkup regularly to ensure that they are healthy.
High blood pressure is very common. It's one of the most common illnesses among our people here. And we told them that it has a risk factor. Some are modifiable, some are not modifiable. Modifiable are those ones you can change, those things you can do so that you will not have high blood pressure. Or even if you have high blood pressure, you'll be able to control them. We taught them about reducing salt intake, about physical activity. So it has always been like that. Even in the hospitals, you find out that women are more concerned about their health than men. Men are always, and most of the time when you ask them, you find out that most of them don't come to hospitals or this kind of hospitals because of engagement, because of money, because so many things. Like some of our men are in Olibo because they have to go there to get food for the family. Some are there working and all that. And they only come to hospital when they feel they are very sick.
jáde òrọ̀ kúrò ẹni máa ń kú ẹni méjì kan àgbọ̀mọ̀ ẹ̀ṣẹ́ àtìlẹ́yìn rẹ̀ ṣe é pé ìgbọ̀gbọ̀ pátápátá ọgbọ̀ ya ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ kàmá kàlẹ́ ká kàyé ya ìyá ìdílé fúnjẹ́ náà ẹ̀ṣẹ́ àdúgbò kọ́wárẹ́ náà ẹ̀ mọ̀ká kó àdúgbò ọgbọ̀ náà wọ́n wá bóyá ìlú fúnjẹ́ náà ẹ̀ṣẹ́ àyè ìdílé ká lọ́wọ́ olùkọ́bù ilé rẹ̀ ká tó tọ́ mẹ́rin ẹ̀ṣẹ́ ìlú náà ẹ̀ mọ̀ká kà ọ̀rọ̀ máa ta nínú ìlú ká ìlú wọn kó má fẹ́ lóṣù tó fúnjẹ́.
Gere ko burde ke mata charia o yi.
No ga ta ti amora na ke na ni ya fi ile ni ma je ko ma
Se.
o ka ni ni ya o ọmọ mo o pa grasa da ro
Ojo ni. Ime. Wa ta ma.
Ya le me no wa ni ja ni ha choro nya ni ni na ka se ni mu na ni doctor mo ka de ju ṣe ìtura ìlélẹ́ máa yan fún máa àìwẹ̀ torundi by Nigeria ní ìdíńdọ̀.
Okay sir.
And here we can yan fún máa kàí dá sọ ní ìgbẹ́gẹ́dẹ́ yẹn ní mbára ní kàlàkàlà ìdí máa ń wúlẹ̀ àwọn rẹ̀ afọ ìdùnnú náà. Kàná ọmọ náà ọgbọ àrọ ọrùn kẹfẹ́ sì wẹ́ pé ní nínú omi ọ̀lẹ̀ torundi ibẹ̀ mú n'alaka. A na-ekwe n'ihe ekpere Chineke gozie ihe niile ha na-eme ihe akụ na ụba niile ha na-akwadobe atụmatụ ha na-eweta maka na atụmatụ a ọ gbara igbogharị.
So we are here in Obokeado to also be able to see that this outreach also gets to our people in this side of Obok. It's a thing of joy, it's a thing of immeasurable joy, because if you look at the faces of people who came here today, initially when you have contact with them, in their health burdens that they were bearing before now, you have this serious pain within you as to why would people really have to go through these hazards, go through this process of trying to find basic medical services. So, but by the grace of God, looking at the fact that yes, we've been able to at least exhaust the number of persons that came, not just here but the other days, gives me serious joy and a sense of fulfillment. At least we've been able to touch lives. We've been able to also make them smile. We may not have been able to solve all the problems, but by the grace of God, we have also been able to help them one way or the other to be able to live quite above the health challenges that they're having. Then some of them got counseling, some of them got referrals, some of them got to also discover some of the sicknesses that they have hidden that they didn't know before now. So I think it's been fulfilling, but I must tell you, I feel constrained because somehow we could have done more, we could have extended this to maybe longer days, a longer period. But then we just had to keep it this short for 3 days for the meantime. It's our plan that going forward we'll be able to expand the scope. Yeah. I don't know that the miracle that anybody who is sick, the first miracle is to be properly informed. So my advice is for them to take the pieces of advice that have actually come from the medical personnel, take them very seriously, take them to heart. Behavioral modification is key. If they have been told to maybe make adjustments in terms of their feeding pattern or maybe their habits and all those, they should also adhere to all those. Then again, one of the major messages that has been resonating here is the fact that people should also try as much as possible to go check themselves, not when they are sick already, but when they see any sign, they should take time and go and check themselves out. So by that, you will prevent getting to certain stage when it's almost incurable. So my advice is that for them to heed all the information that they got here and then take that very seriously. But the drugs that they have been given, they should also take them religiously, make sure that they complete their dosages and possibly even go for reviews after now. I wouldn't know how to even describe how I feel towards my colleagues and their brothers. You know, this is not like a family work, it's not like a teamwork. You see people made sacrifices for this to happen without expecting anything in return. People pulled out their resources. We we're able to tax ourselves. Of course, you know what the economic climate is like. But then we're able to strain ourselves to be able to get this kind of thing together. I wouldn't know how to thank them, those of them who are within the countries and those who are not within here. As you see them here, see their faces here, we have all made serious sacrifices to be able to see this happen. All I want to say is that God will continue to bless and enrich them, that God will reward them. And the prayers that our people have actually said, I say amen to those prayers. And I join them to also pray that God continue to expand our coast so that subsequently we will do more. Special thanks to those who actually came on ground to see this happen. You could see that beyond just the contribution, we were here physically to also ensure that this thing became a success. So it's just thanks, and prayers that God will continue to bless each and every one of us and meet us at our points of need.